The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for bettors. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a Reps Are Terrorists t-shirt, not a Reps Are Free t-shirt. Well, they might be free. Reps Are Terrorists t-shirt. Claim your shirt at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/reps. We're also brought to you by NYRA Bets. Get your $25 free bet for the Belmont going on at nyrabets.com/SGPN25. That's promo code SGPN25. Yes, sir. Welcome back to another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No, me, no, the voice, no guys, me, really real, feeling real, Terrell, Furman Jr. here at your service.
How about if you sweep it out?
What's the point? I can't do anything right.
You'll do fine.
So, Scott, it was a no shot. This bet is completely not hitting. No shot that is hitting. And then, we were covering for
20
maybe,
seconds.
Yeah. I was going to say 30, might be 35.
Yeah, give or take. They couldn't grab a rebound at the end.
Dude, and I was just sitting there. I'm like, oh, wow, something good is happening to me, finally. And as soon as I said that, that's why you don't jinx things and you don't say anything.
Well, the crazy part for that game, too, was also because we're wondering, how do they only have 30 points at halftime against the Wings? Then they were like, oh, wait a second. They remembered how to play basketball. And then they got investigated after the game by the league, which is pretty funny. Did we ever find out what that investigation was for, by the way? Or we're still waiting to hear what that's about?
I think I saw something earlier, and it was a player got cussed at by an assistant coach. But I assume that there's more than just regular cursing. It must have been some very hurtful things said, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a league investigation now. I'm just to be clear,
they are to Jewel Lloyd for bullying, right? And then that happens.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is the second incident. So the first one, the Jewel Lloyd one, was a team investigation. This one is now a league investigation. However, nobody's more mad than me. For whoever is mad, nobody's more mad than me. But the showers, man. It's the freaking showers. It's the freaking showers. Where's the sound?
It's there somewhere.
Yeah, here. They can't be trusted. They legitly cannot be trusted. Wow. 30 points at half to the Dallas Wings is just really, really absurd, man. It's really, really absurd. What am I supposed to do about this guy? And then, we could talk about Fee. That was just the game got away from them. I'll just say the game got away from them.
They pulled her early, but
Elisa Pele and Diamond Miller were getting minutes. And after the game, by the way, Scott, you should know, this is good for the people to know. Cheryl Reeves said, yeah, the rotation of the bench is Natisha Heidemann, Jessica Shepard, and Carly Samuelson. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to make out minutes for everybody else, but that's really it. So Elisa Pele and Diamond Miller were playing in the first half, actually.
They were bad early. Not those two individually, but I'm saying the team. They were down early, and then they exploded and remembered how to play basketball. So,
if he played the rest of the fourth, I'm sure she probably would have got there in the end. If you don't know who my co-host is, that's Scott Studio Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beam me up.
Surprise.
Who's also okay, so Scott is gonna come out here and claim that he won. I think the most that I'll give him is a push. I will mostly allow him to call that a push. But Scott is about to claim here and say he won something. And it's yeah, you did win something, but Come on, man. Like,
I'm leaving her with something. That's all I'm saying.
A bad beat. It was a bad beat.
I mean, I had Collier to lead the game in scoring. She had 18 points. She's up 3 with about 25 seconds left.
Shout out to Satu and Nate Tibbetts for completely not going to Satu anymore.
Correct. They just took her out of the game. But Collier, I had her to be the leading scorer, plus 110. She's up 3 with like a minute to go. Heideman's in the game because they pulled everyone, so they're using the bench unit. They can basically take the shot clock violation, and Heideman, the only thing I can't have is a Heideman 3 for the dead heat push.
Literally the only thing.
And Heideman hits a 3. So I'm thinking to myself, well, this sucks, but, dead heat push, I'll pick up a micro win, if that's what you want to call it.
Didn't Fee get one more shot at it, too?
No, that was the last possession.
Oh, yeah, that was the last possession.
So the point is, Heideman hits a shot in the last possession to give my bet from a win to a push, or to a reduced win, however you want to phrase it, for a dead heat. So I'm like, okay, well, it makes sense to shoot it because you do have the point differential tie break stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm sure, the coaching staff told Heideman, you got to make sure you get all the shots up because we got to make sure we get the point differential. And then after the game, she's just with Courtney Williams, and Courtney Williams yeah, she was pissed that you took that shot. Apparently that was not in the assignment for Heideman. She was expected to hold the ball, and she did not get the memo because she shot it. And apparently the coaching staff did not want her to actually shoot it.
Nobody wanted her to shoot it.
No, but she was going to get hers, so she ended up shooting.
Because they made it seem like the whole bitch is like, yo, she just shot that. Hey, man. And there's Sonya Citron as well, Scott.
Yeah.
That was brutal to lose the underdog lineup on 1-3.
It was. For 1.5, 2 is very reasonable. But once again, picked up a loss there with the Storm as well. But I technically won, kinda. It was a robbery and a half because I was one possession away from a plus 110. But I'll take the basically $5. I'll buy a Powerball ticket or something. I don't know what the hell I'll do with it, but at least I didn't lose. I guess that counts for something.
Yeah. All right. We'll give you that. Jimmy said that FanDuel paid out full, didn't even do the dead heat pay.
To be fair, FanDuel, once again, they might have graded out one way, but for the sake of the show, I'm not going to take full credit for that. I don't think I can for that.
I think most books did a dead heat.
If FanDuel paid you out for it fully, then congrats, but I'm not going to pat myself on the back for that one because in most spots, that's a dead heat tie. So keep in mind for FanDuel, though, for future reference for top point score. But in reality, that really should be a dead heat, so I'm just not going to take full credit for that. But congratulations. I promise you, I'm playing.
Next time we do that, I'm placing on FanDuel. I promise you.
You know what that means, though?
We're going to run that back. Like, anytime fee is plus money for a top point score, we're probably going to run that back.
I don't want to put words into anybody's mouth here, but Jimmy just called me a winner. That's all I'm going to say. So take a look at it. Plus 110, never in doubt.
All right, Hockey Gambling Podcast is giving away a hockey jersey, an NHL jersey, and $200 in SGPN gift cards. If you just go ahead and enter at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Stanley Cup. It's for free, so why don't you do it? Like, literally, you can do it right now while we're talking. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Stanley Cup. And they're giving away, again, an NHL jersey, $200 in SGPN gift cards. What jersey would I get if I could get a free jersey? I don't really know hockey players.
I want you to name the first hockey player on your mind.
Connor McDavid.
That's
just
the guy.
because I know that he's the guy. That's so I kind of feel like I cheated with that one because I know he's the guy. So if it's not Connor McDavid,
for the record, he's also playing right now. They're in overtime.
Yeah.
So
did he score today?
No, but he had an assist.
Great, because I wanted to bet it. I forgot to bet it, and so I was going to be mad if he scored.
He hit the crossbar earlier, but that doesn't count for anything.
That doesn't. No, I don't get paid out. Yes, so great. Hopefully he doesn't score this game, so I can bet him to score next game. All right, another hockey player not named Connor McDavid.
There's one guy who set the all-time record for goals earlier this season.
Oh, Ovi.
Correct.
Yeah, he's down the street. Yeah, I know who Ovi is. Okay,
Sure.
All right. That's all. I also feel like I'm cheating with that one. Okay, one that's not Ovi, because those are really popular. Who is somebody that's not popular that I feel like I know?
You named 2 players. How are you going to go from that to not popular at all?
Yeah, nah, man, I can't give you nothing else. Those are the 2 players I'm going to have to give you.
Trying to think. You going with current or any player that ever used to play? There's one you got to name for historical purposes.
Oh, well, like historical, yeah. I could do like Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, like
All right.
I could do like Wayne Gretzky.
Cook.
And I know PK
right.
Subban. Like,
Yeah, that counts.
I think there's another black guy. I just can't remember his name.
There was a black guy in the Capitals a couple years ago.
What?
Yeah.
On the Capitals?
He arguably sabotaged one of your playoff runs, but yeah,
Oh,
he was on there. He was on there.
Okay, maybe not.
I don't know if you ever heard of the name Joel Ward. You ever hear the name Joel?
No, never in my life. I would know.
He was a pretty solid player, but he had a bit of a temper. So one of the games he committed a really dumb penalty against the Rangers, and he sabotaged your series. But he was a pretty decent player.
There's a guy that fights really well, and I feel like I know his name if you say it, but I can't remember it.
It's the same letter, first name and last name.
What?
The guy you're thinking of.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Ryan Reeves.
Is that it?
The black guy who fights people? Yeah, it's Ryan Reeves.
No. It's a white guy.
Oh, it's a white guy. I was going to say, because Reeves is one of the only...
But who did Reeves fight? I feel like he fought the guy that I'm talking about.
Oh, Rempe, the Ranger guy?
Maybe.
Matt Rempe?
Maybe.
Guy stinks.
Let me.
I thought about Reeves because Reeves is one of the only like black enforcers I could actually remember in the NHL. But he would only play to fight.
No, the guy. No, but that's the guy that. It's another guy. It's a white guy that I feel like I've seen.
Yeah, Rempe plays on the Rangers, and he was known for being like an enforcer. But
maybe
that's kind of his thing.
All right, we got distracted.
I thought you were talking about Ryan Reeves. So my bad.
I gotta go back. I think I saw a clip of Reeves fighting this guy because that name sounds familiar. Ryan Reeves' name sounds familiar. Maybe I'll get his jersey. All right. New York Liberty. Back here in DC. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here. Last time, what was it? Did it open up at 8? I think it was 8 last time. Starts 8.5 now. 164.5 is the total. I don't think we got it. No, nothing on the injury report for the Mystics here. And nothing on the injury. No, Nair Sably's still questionable. So we'll see if she makes a return or not. All right.
Mystics have been not too good lately.
But so okay. I feel like this is okay. I don't okay. So here's the side, because I'm completely split on this. Because here's the side for the Mystics. Is that now they're getting a way bigger number. And they actually have their coach coaching this time. Everybody played that last game. I'm pretty sure everybody played that last game. So now you have your coach coaching this time. And I think Sidney Johnson is a good coach. But the Liberty are a wagon right now.
They're so good.
Oh, they're a wagon right now. Like, how do you bet against this team right now? I think they're like, what are they, 7? I think they're 5-2 ATS.
That wouldn't shock me. They failed against the Valkyries. That was a deja vu game that happened. Yeah. They didn't cover against the Fever. They didn't cover against the Fever, but they won on the road.
Yeah.
Which is still a good win either way because Caitlin played in that game.
Yeah. So 5-2 ATS. Actually, Scott, believe it or not, 6-1 in the first half.
Besides those two games, by the way, they've won every other game by 14 plus points.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, we got to take Liberty.
I think we do. I'm trying to think of what the counters are for the Mystics here, besides hoping that Sykes and Kiki play well. I don't know what they got.
I mean, I really didn't think they played bad. Like, I really didn't. They just missed shots. Like, they just constantly they were missing shots. But, like, I think that's also an adjustment for the Liberty of playing a little bit better defensively because you got lucky with them missing a lot of those easy gimmies in there. Like, I don't know, man. This Liberty team's a wagon. I just don't want to fade them right now. But I really, really want to continue to bet this Mystics team. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you what you want to do with that because
it's Liberty.
I think it's Liberty. Yeah. You could argue maybe at home Mystics will play better, but they just lost to Indiana, who looked really bad. I know it was in Indiana. It's still a pretty bad loss when Indiana loses to Connecticut. That's not a good sign. But the Liberty have dominated every game. Like
Minnesota.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much. But I have to at least factor that in. Like, that's a pretty bad loss as far as I'm concerned. And they weren't even covering for basically the entire second half of that game. I'll go with the Liberty as well. I think they're just too good.
Who's got the chalk?
Washington, don't make me. They're gonna make me regret that. I know they are. I really do like this Mystics team. I really. What's their next game? I can't wait to bet them again. Oh, their next game against the Sun. Yes, they can absolutely beat the Sun. Probably cover whatever number they're laying too.
What a start, by the way, to the potential defending title campaign for the Commissioners, or for the run in the Commissioners Cup. Liberty didn't win last year, right? Or they did that?
That was the Lynx that won.
Sorry, yeah, the Lynx. My bad, because the Liberty lost to the Lynx.
Yeah, because we were sitting there and we were like, it was a. There
right.
were people cheering for Bridget Carlton to
Yeah, that's right.
that MVP.
Correct. Yeah, so they won 2 years ago. They lost last year, but they were pissed off and they beat Connecticut by about 50. So they're ready to roll.
The Liberty are serious about their money too, man.
They are.
Like they serious
really
about
are.
winning that money. So yeah, it's Liberty. It's Liberty. Really, it's like, come on, it's really a cakewalk. They got the Sky next too. Like, not even a look ahead here.
No. The only team that was worth a damn in their section was the Fever, and that team's falling apart. So the Liberty might take a nap on their way to the final.
Dude, it's like a easy. This is. I think
they might be able to lose a game and get away with it.
Like at what point am I not going to like the Liberty? Like, at what point am I going to see something and be like, yeah, no, I'm going to fade the Liberty now? Like, they look great.
Yeah.
In every single game. Even the games that they let down, they look great.
Mm-hmm. They do.
I know they got to lose at some point, but, like, I'm not going to predict it. I'm going to definitely be wrong when it happens. All right. 164.5 is total.
I feel like I'm torn because the Liberty can score a bunch of points, but I'll go under in this game. Mystics offensively have really not been that great. They have scored less than 77 points in, what is that, 5 of their last 6? They've really not been doing a lot offensively. Defensively, they could have problems, but I'm not sold in the offense right now. And the last game they played against the Liberty were on a back-to-back, and they only scored 63 points. That's not a good look. I'll go under in this game.
Yep, Liberty 3-4 to the total. Mystics 2-6 to the total this season.
Sounds right. They have a hard time scoring.
Yeah, and their team total 3-5. Mystics are to their team total. Liberty 5-2 to their team total. Of course, you look at the opponent's team total. Liberty are 2-5, keeping their opponents under. Mystics 3-5, kind of drag their opponents under as well. Yeah, it looks like everything points to just fading the Mystics offensively still here. I mean, I feel like they got to hit shots, but like the Liberty could just easily like lock down defensively. And it's hard to hit shots on the Liberty, man. It really is.
Yeah, it really is.
Where's the, let me see here. Good old, they always have the team totals up. Let's see.
It's gonna be like 85 and well, no, it wouldn't be 85 and 7.
No, it's 88
like
for the
88. Yeah, I was gonna say
it's 80. So I see a 89.5. There's an 88.5 out there for the Liberty and 75.5 for the Mystics.
Sounds about right to me. I mentioned before the Liberty are usually the Mystics are usually hovering around like mid 70s. That sounds about right.
Yeah, they just hit 76 that last game against the Fever, 63 in that first game against the Liberty.
Yeah, but at the same point, 89. I mean, they scored 85 in the last game against the Mystics. That was in Washington as well, so that was a road game.
Yeah, under. It just feels like an under.
I'll go under.
Yeah, under. All right.
They just saw each other a couple of days ago. I'm expecting a pretty good defensive effort.
Hopefully the Mystics just don't let them run wild. I trust the Liberty not to let the Mystics score. So if you would just want to rock with Mystics team total under, I'm fine. I trust the Liberty defense, but all right, play props. What do we got here?
Ionescu assists have been pretty good. It's at 4.5. It's at plus money. She's had at least 5 assists in 3 of the last 4. And 4 of the last 5 against the Mystics.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Luis. The head coach was not there, and I really do like Sidney Johnson as a head coach. But it's really hard to fade that Liberty team right now. It really is. But I really do like Sidney Johnson's impact on that team.
I do too, but it's also kind of a trade-off because on one hand, the coach wasn't there. The other hand, though, the Liberty just played a tough game and had to play a back-to-back with travel.
You're right.
So you can kind of look at it both ways and go that there are factors that are not going to be the same for both teams in the rematch. But
all right. Let's see.
Loud RA.
I could get behind it.
She didn't get their last game, but we're down to 9.5.
Let's see. That's what I was looking for. Let's filter this out a little bit more. Start looking at some of these props. Sonya.
You're so close.
It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit in this game too. Watch.
Probably.
All right. Yeah, I do like this Sabrina. Yeah, dang, Sabrina's been really good.
Yeah.
And she's good against the Mystics too.
It makes sense because you're trying to think of how many big offensive scoring explosions she's had up to this point. Not many because everyone else is cooking. So she just gets to pass the ball to wide open teammates and they just score.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and she was cooking a little bit in that last game too, man.
Yeah. That's kind of the beauty of it, though. They have so many weapons that as long as you just spread the ball around, somebody's going to be wide open.
I think she had like 28, bro. Like every time I look, she was scoring. I'm like, dog, Sabrina's so good. Like, I'm telling you, if y'all have not got into a WNBA game, I very much recommend chat. You guys get to a game. Definitely, really good stuff.
Yeah, New York. It's one of the only teams we've left.
Definitely one of the only ones that are relevant. Like, who else is good at what they do? Certainly not the Giants.
No, your team fired their coach, so they're dealing with some stuff. My team sucks.
Hey, Ime can control his own destiny.
Can he? Because I saw some reports that the Rockets can like deny the opportunity.
But what if Ime says like, I want to go? Like, what's the leverage? Like, okay, the Knicks are going to pay the money. Maybe they send a pick, but like, if Ime says he wants to go, he wants to go. Like, do you want to coach Jalen Green or Jalen Brunson?
There's a blackmail joke somewhere in there, but I'm just not going to make it. But just throwing that out there. It worked one time. He got out of Boston.
All right, man. Is this Breanna Stewart's rebounds at 5.5?
I don't think she's been rebounding well at all this season, so it actually wouldn't shock me if it was that low. But yeah, it's a 5.5 plus money. She's had 3 in back-to-back.
Oh yeah, she has. She has
plus 120 though. At some point, it gets disrespectful.
Like it's 6 rebounds for Breanna Stewart.
In the last meeting, she had 3 because John Quell had 18.
This feels like one of those props where you just got to be like, all right, if it's not hitting, you still got to just keep it there and take the L. Like
5.5 of plus money is kind of. I mean, she had 7+ in the 4 previous meetings. It's a good buy low, but
yeah, I might have.
It's plus money. I'm not going to stop you. And it makes sense.
I might have to dabble in that.
Breanna's really not had a great season at all because somebody's got to take less, and apparently it's Breanna, and they keep winning.
So Natasha Cloud didn't do anything that first time. You think she's gonna have the revenge game this time?
I hope so. Took a nap the first time around.
But like, I'm kind of cool.
What'd she score in that game? Like 3 points?
And she didn't. 0? I don't think. Did she score? I'm
not even sure she scored.
I was there, and I don't remember a field goal.
She might have had 0 points.
I don't think she had a field goal. I don't remember seeing her hit a shot.
It wouldn't shock me.
She was 0 for 1. Yeah, she didn't. She
took
points.
1 shot in the entire game. Oh my god.
Yeah, like
that's actually a prop you could consider. The under 8.5 points for Cloud. She's had less than 8 points in like 4 straight. Once again, it doesn't matter because they keep winning.
And I took the RA too last time and it didn't hit.
Yeah.
But it's just like maybe it's not everybody. So this is the reasoning for taking it. Everybody's not as automatic, and they actually have to run some type of offense.
Yeah, could be.
All right, I could sell myself.
I see Louise mentioning John Quell rebounds at 10.5. I mean, she had 18 in the last meeting. Like, I'm not going to stop you there, but we're just saying if John Quell can go from 18 to like 12.
And like she ain't got to have 18 this time.
Yeah,
but I still do like Jacqueline PR too.
Mm-hmm.
Just load up on Liberty props, honestly.
And there's some chance to get foul trouble, then suddenly you get Stewie with a bunch of chances.
Yeah, very true. See, look, all right, come on, 5.5.
There's a path there, definitely.
5.5 is crazy. That's crazy. All right, Edge Boost. Let's talk about it. We are able to talk about Edge Boost, the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved, no usage fees, no minimums, earn cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. And if you sign up this week, you'll win a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. All you got to do is go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs to claim your shirt. All right, we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Going long for the NBA playoffs with their extender bonus. You can hop in for game 1 here, 40%, 50% for game 2, and it's going to go on and on and on. And if it gets to a game 7, I hope not, but if it does, that bonus is going to be crazy. Wait till you see it. Go sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code NBA SGPN. Claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code NBA SGPN. We're also brought to you by NYRA Bet. You can bet the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga with NYRA Bet. Sign up today using promo code SGPN25 and get a $25 free bet plus a $200 deposit match bonus. So whether you're a seasoned horse bettor or you're just getting started like me, it's really, really easy by using NYRA Bets. This is an exclusive offer for the Belmont Stakes, so don't wait. Join now and claim your $25 free bet at nyrabets.com/SGPN25. Yeah, shout out to Kiki for winning Rookie of the Month.
Hooper.
Scott, I have to find some updated Rookie of the Year odds.
I've been looking for him. I haven't seen any luck, but I hope.
I think she was a heavy favorite. So like she's probably down to like minus 130 now, maybe minus she's probably still a good favorite. But the Kiki, any type of plus money for Kiki now, and I'm probably going to be tempted.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just have to, let me know. If anybody finds the future, let me know. Tell me where you can find it. And I'm leaving the States this weekend too, so I can definitely get that bet in. I need to get down on any type of plus money on a Kiki Rookie of the Year future. And maybe a little dab on Sonia Citron as well. Let's talk about it. Last game up on the slate. You know, Scott, the books really went backwards because last year we could do 2 days in one episode, and we have yet to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's not right.
They're really moving backwards with this. It doesn't make sense. But whatever. Just 2 games to talk about. Phoenix Mercury are at home playing the Golden State Valkyrie, my Golden State Valkyrie, who have 2 wins on the season thus far. Shout out to them.
Mm-hmm. Almost 3. Fell a bit short against the Liberty, but almost 3.
Dude. Man. I mean,
it was there. It was close.
They could have stolen one. I
see Paige is mentioning a 650 for Kiki, I think.
What? 650?
I would take that. It was like 10. It was like 10-1 2 weeks ago, which I still like.
Take Kiki and parlay it with South Carolina to win the championship. 2 good bets. All right. What are we doing? Oh yeah, laying 5.5 with the Mercury at home here against the Valkyrie. 157.5 is total.
No AT. Have to mention that.
No Megan McConnell either.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Everybody knows Natasha Mack is still out. Everybody knows Kalia Copper is still out. You got Sammy Wickham, who is probable. She's dealing with the right foot. And you got Tip Hayes, who is questionable, again with another injury, that nose face injury that took her out of the game last time.
Mm.
Scott, I'm curious because I feel like we know where I stand, but I'm very curious in how you feel about my Valkyries.
I think they look decent. That's how I'll put them. I mean, I feel like for a brand new team, they could be a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen them win a couple games. They've been competitive. Things kind of unraveled there against the Lynx at the end. No shame in that. The Lynx are undefeated, so at least they tried.
Mm-hmm.
But the Mercury are a team that we saw give the Lynx a run for about a half, and then they couldn't score, which is what I expected to see because I don't think the Mercury have any offense without AT in the lineup. Now, they came back and they beat the Sparks somehow. Says more about the Sparks to me than it does about the Mercury, but they scored 65 against the Lynx last game. I like the under. Then this line's pretty high. We know the Mercury are a good home team in Phoenix, but I do think that the Valkyries are still not a great offensive team. A lot of really bad, I'd say, shot takers, mostly Kayla Thornton from the outside. I'll go with the under in this matchup. I see a low-scoring game. For the spread, I don't want to take the Mercury without AT, but they are at home.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me the under instead. Give me a low-scoring game that ends up in the 150s. Like if I told you neither team reaches 80, you'd be like, yeah, that sounds definitely possible.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at.
So I still haven't gotten
9 to 1
there.
on FanDuel, by the way, on Kiki.
I still haven't gotten there with my Valkyries because they just can't consistently score.
No, that's why I like the under.
But I'm so scared that the offensive explosion is gonna come because it's just like at some point the threes are gonna fall. But it's just not now, man. It's just not now for them. 1-5 to the total.
Yeah, I can't say that the threes are going to come
1-5.
One of their main 3-point takers is shooting 15% from three.
Well,
the wrong people are shooting.
Well, yes, that is true. But what I will give them credit for is that Xana Lassini was hurt, and she's immediately come back and started chucking. And she's gonna wherever she starts at or whatever her percentage is at now, she's gonna finish at like 40%.
That's why they got her. She's a good 3-point shooter.
And so she's gonna be helped. And at some point they're probably gonna put her in the starting lineup. I just can't imagine that she's coming off the bench the entire season and she's their best 3-point shooter.
You have her and you have Salon, because Salon's shooting 37%.
Yeah. So I feel like it can get way better for my Valkyrie. And that's why I like them on the spread here. Because it can get so much better for them. Scott, my Valkyries are 2-4. I said it. But they're 4-2 ATS.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's what matters. Hey, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. And guess what? 4-1-1 in the first half. Might be 5-1, depending on where you got some numbers at. They get it. Like, the second half is where they collapse. And ironically, this Mercury team isn't foreign to letting teams jump them early. Like you said, they let Chicago jump them early.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Chicago was belt. And they didn't even have a win at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the Valkyries. I like the Valkyries in the first half, plus 3.5. And I don't know if I would love for them to get a win on the money line here, but winning in the Valley is hard. So I'm not going to preach the money line. Of course, if you play it, I'm not going to be mad at it because I like them as a dog. But I'm with my Valkyries here. They're good ATS. I like the under though. They can't score, unfortunately. Luckily, they're not letting teams just completely run them out of the gym all the time. But yeah, they got to figure out the scoring thing. All right. What else? Player props.
We going back to Thornton again? I'm not going to stop shooting 15% from three.
It was crazy because like she really hit that three in the beginning of the game, and I was
she hit the first one and then never hit one again.
I was like, here we go. I saw the writing on the wall. Sure enough. Yeah, KT under 1.5 threes.
I'll tell you one thing I'll point to though. KT did only attempt 3 threes last game. So maybe one coach yelled at her because she's attempting 5.8 per game while shooting 17.1% from three. Somebody's got to talk to her. Like, you got to get her to shoot like maybe 2 in a game, but 6 at 17%.
Underdog probably has that so juice now, man. Like, Underdog, that's probably like 0.6 at this point.
I don't know about that because the volume is still there.
Let me see. Underdog.
Yeah, it's like minus 20. Yeah,
it's 0.76.
Yeah.
0.76x.
Yeah. It was a fun run while it lasted, but unfortunately it came to an end.
0.76x. Come on, KT. You're better than this. I really do think you're better than this. I'm really disappointed in you.
I was looking for an alt line on 0 threes, but unfortunately that's not posted, so I can't take that.
I'm so disappointed in her. I thought she was going to be way better than this. Like, way better than this. Come on.
Did you? I always thought she was more of an energy type of.
She never had the chance. She was always on the bench. Like, she never had. And then when she started for us a couple of times, like, she gave us some, like you said, some great energy. So I'm like, okay, go to a team where there's nobody else there. It could be your team and just get downhill and constantly get to the rim. But Natalie want her shooting all these threes and she not hitting them joints like at all.
I don't know. I always kind of viewed her as being a solid, I'd say, small playing time chaos player. You want her there for the energy. You want the hustle, but you're kind of, I'd say, towing a line. I don't want to compare it to like Nuggets Westbrook, but that's kind of the vibes I'm getting. Like, you don't want to play them that much, but you want to play them enough where you feel the impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as soon as you go overboard, all the flaws just appear and you kind of can't see anything else. That's how I feel about KT.
Okay. So
I know Westbrook's taking some crazy, getting like some ricochet shots out here, but I'm just saying he's getting astray. But I'm just being honest here. That's kind of what we thought about Westbrook the entire season. Like we know that there is some good moments in there.
Yeah.
The energy's there,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of flaws, and the more the person plays, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about KT.
Disappointing.
Is that a fair comp? Because that's kind of how I feel.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not, like I said, as much as we are fans, I have to give the criticism, and she has been real. I don't want to say bad, but like offensively, it's been horrible.
It's been a mess.
It's
But
been horrible.
KT won us a title. I stand by that. She single-handedly changed Game 5. So I
Appreciate her. All right, Satu. So what was Nate doing in that second half of Satu again?
Saving her from embarrassment? I don't know. She was good early. I think she had 8 points.
Because she was killing. She had 13.
She had like 13 in the first quarter, but then you look at her stats and realize she might not have made a shot in the last quarter. And she's like, you know what? Nah, we're good. We're gonna get killed. It's fine. Just rest up and we'll take it again.
It was like midway through the fourth quarter where she finally hit her first shot in the second half, and that was it.
She had a great start to the game, but after that it unraveled, and I think the coaching staff just said, "What's the point?" And they just ripped it up to shreds. That's kind of how I looked at it. I'm not gonna read too much into it.
Yeah, who's gonna stop her
in this game? Not really anybody. I mean, Satu's going to have to get the ball. The volume will be there for her.
It could be a lot of Satu and nobody else.
Yeah, which I think we're.
And she gets to the foul. She gets to the foul line so consistently too. Do I have that pulled up? Let me see if I can pull that up. I feel like every time I'm watching the game, I'm like, oh, Satu's getting fouled again.
Well, her points were 21.5. To read off the free throws recently, 3 against the Lynx. We'll toss it out because she basically got benched in that game.
Yeah.
11 attempts against the Sparks, 7 against the Lynx, 6 against the Sky. So recently, averaging around like 7 per.
She's got a 15. She's got a 15 game in there against the Sparks too.
Yeah.
The Sparks really sent her to the line.
so far this season, she's averaging 7 attempts per game.
Oh, gotta remember that. The Sparks really sent her to the line.
7 attempts per game for Satu this season.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, 7 attempts, pretty good. Extra 6
shooting 80%.
Yeah, I feel good about that. All right, Satu. Let's maybe Satu makes underdog. We'll see.
Okay.
That's all we got to talk about, though, Scott.
Yep.
All right. But what I can talk to other people about is Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football giveaway, because they are giving away a crazy experience for you and your 12-team league at Circa Las Vegas, where you'll get a limo ride to and from the airport, a $5,000 tab for stadium swim, and a hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. You can always get a 15% off at Circa Properties as well with promo code SGPN15. Just in case you don't win the contest, you still want to go, get you a little discount right there. SGPN15 over there at Circa. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/Circa to get into that contest for free. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/CIRCA. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, where they just dropped their power trends, AI detected patterns where Rhythm's models have consistently won and have a high ROI. Rhythm is about their action. I'm telling you, there are no touts, no noise, just clean data back bets, all for you at Rhythm. And I'm telling you, it's a whole bunch of bets in the WNBA, in the NBA, in golf. You could do all of that on Rhythm, MLB, Rhythm. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. Get a 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag, your place to bet every single sport, including the NBA Finals, including the WNBA, all of that over there at mybookie.ag. They accept a ton of customers from a whole bunch of different locations. So head over there. You can easy deposit and get lightning fast payouts with cryptocurrency. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. I guess it's time.
I don't even know who should go first, to be honest, anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you won. You like to say you won, so go ahead, go first.
Right, we even got somebody who confirmed in the comment section that FanDuel fully paid. So there you go. For my lock, I'll go with a plus money play. Tried it last time, it worked out. Give me Ionescu. I'll take the over 4.5 assists at plus 106. She's been great against the Mystics. She's had at least 5 assists in 4 of the last 5. Had 5 in the game a couple of days ago, and that was on a back-to-back too, so the minutes were a bit less than usual. But I do think the Liberty offensively are too good, and you're looking at Ionescu so far this season, who has gone over in 3 of the last 4. Every game she's not gotten there, by the way, she's had 4. So she's been worst-case scenario on the cusp of getting there. And I do think the Liberty score 85 at almost every game they play in. So give me Ionescu over the 4.5 assists as my lock at plus 106. For my dog, I'll go to that Valkyries and Mercury game. I think I am going to go with Satu. But you know what? I'm going to go with a slightly different play than what maybe we talked about earlier. I'm going to go with the Satu over. She's only done it 1 time this season, but I don't think the Valkyrie are that good at rebounding. She had 8 in 22 minutes against the Lynx. Yeah, I'll go for that. Give me Satu over 9.5 rebounds at plus 155.
Ooh.
I think it's a good spot. You have no AT. Once again, she had 8 rebounds in 22 minutes against the Lynx. Then she got benched. The Valkyries this season are really not a great rebounding team. And I do think Satu operates mostly in the low post, should have some chances to get some offensive rebounds, work out the potential box outs on the defensive side of the ball as well. I see a good spot for her. Mac is still injured. AT is still injured. I like the price. Give me a team that cannot shoot, resulting in a bunch of rebounding chances for Satu in this game. Give me Satu over 9.5 rebounds at plus 155.
All right. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Lock. Valkyrie, my Valkyrie, 4-1-1 in the first half. Mercury are 4-4. Not bad. 1-2 at home in the first half as a home favorite. Valkyries are 2-1 on the road in the first half as a road dog. I'm gonna back the trend. I would love for my Valkyries to take over the Mystics first half trend. I would love it. So let's start buying in and see if the Valkyries can keep it going in the first half here. Give me the Valkyries first half plus 3. Best number I can get right here. Flat 3. All right, I'll take it. Valkyries plus 3 in the first half. Dog. You know, Breanna Stewart 7 rebounds is plus 215.
That's just, I mean, that's fun. That's a fun time.
Yeah, but am I the person that is at the point where I need to be doing a heat check?
I don't think
Like,
you're buying low on a very solid number.
all right, let's do it. Breanna Stewart 7 plus rebounds plus 215.
All right.
Because you got to go with your gut. Even when you're down, you still got to go with your gut. And my gut told me that Breanna Stewart play was really, really wild. So, and plus I was there. Sandy talked about how they really struggle rebounding and they need to figure that out. And so Breanna Stewart, you need to figure that out. Mm-hmm. Let's go with it. 7 rebounds plus 215. Can't let Kiki get a double-double. What else? Underdog.
I mean, do you want to recycle some of the plays we have already with Ionescu and with Stewie?
What the Ionescu was her assist?
Yeah, it was a 4.5.
Yeah, let's take that for sure.
Once again, every game she's missed, she's had 4. So she's right there every time.
So let me just make sure we've been cold and you want to recycle our plays.
Yeah, I hit my lock last time.
All right. All right. We got Stewie, 5.5 rebounds higher in there. We got Sabrina Ionescu, 4.5 assists higher in there. And what, Satu points?
I was going to say we could switch something up. So yeah, Satu's fine.
Or do you want to go Salon?
You want to go Salon 3s?
Hold on. Let's
it's at 2.5 at plus money though. 1.5's minus 200.
Yeah, it is 2.5. Let me look at her.
I would say maybe points, but the Mercury defensively are good. Salon rebounds, though.
Wow,
very
she
good.
was. Wow, I didn't realize that this was 4-8, 3-5, and then there was a 3-8 there.
How about the rebounds for Salon? She's had only 6 rebounds in 4 straight. It's at 5.5.
5.5 rebounds. What's the points and rebounds? 17.5.
That's not bad.
And I swear they need somebody else other than Satu. I like Salon.
Right.
She plays better than her brother.
That's not saying much.
Yeah, he's on the Hornets. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I like Salon. Let's ride with Salon. You want to go just the rebounds, or you want to do the points and rebounds?
I made so much money fading the Hornets watching Salon go like 2 for 11 this season, by the way. Made so much money watching him just be bad.
10, 18, 9.
His sister can hoop, though. So, yeah, I'll go with it. You want to go PR or rebounds?
And I granted, I know that was the second deja vu game, but 18 against the Liberty, 18 and 13 against the Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to do? Rebounds, points, and rebounds. I'm letting you call it.
We'll go points and rebounds.
Cool. There we go. I'm perfectly fine taking a stab on Salon.
Yeah.
I like Janelle Salon. I do. Janelle Salon higher, 17.5 points and rebounds. Sabrina Ionescu higher, 4.5 assists. Brianna Stewart higher, 5.5 rebounds. I'm not gonna lie, Scott. Definitely using the extender bonus on this.
All right.
I have a feeling. So it was 6.86x, but because I used my 40% extender bonus, 9.2.
Okay. Solid payout.
Yep. We're due. I don't know what we're at anymore, but we're still up. The account's still flush. The underdog account hasn't gone down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's gone down, but it's not like it's
No, it's still
really
up
good
from
in
where
there.
season started.
Yeah, it's still really good in there.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else before we get out of here? That's it. I'm mad that we only got 2 games.
Yeah, it is what it is.
We might have talked into maybe them dropping a line, because why would you not have a line on the other 2 games yet? But that's it.
Yeah. Whatever is what it is. A reminder, though, we have no NBA show tomorrow because we already did the episode for Game 1 today.
Yep.
So keep that in mind.
All right. Maybe we try to get up tomorrow for the next 2 games. Maybe. We'll see. I'm going to be traveling. All right. With that, he's at Reichel Radio. Make sure you give him a follow on X. I'm at @reallyraw__. Make sure you give me a follow. And make sure you give us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. I understand. You listen on YouTube. It's cool. Just grab your phone and go to the podcast app. Type in WNBA Gambling Podcast. Give us a subscribe and give us a comment and give us a review and all of that. That helps us. So I appreciate that. With that, shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody that always comes through here and everybody. Shout out to new people. I thought I saw some new names in the chat that I normally don't see too often. But with that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to do like this. We are out of here.